So, is there a magic list of common phone interview questions? Well, think about this. You show up for that blind date, and within an hour, your date asks, "So, you want to get married?" Country songs glorify fast love and love at first conversation, but the way of wisdom encourages time and intentionality in two people deciding to dive into a relationship. Certainly, commitment can drag on too long at times, but more often than not, having a solid boundary of time for relationship to root and grow will give the runway it needs for longevity. So as you begin the process of finding potential team members to hire into your business, it's necessary to have times of coordinated conversation, as important as it is to make time for casual, interactive, soft skill revealing conversation. Because we're usually really desperate to find good people, we tend to make the initial phone interview a catch-all for everything we need to learn from the new employee candidate. In reality, the initial phone call should be just that, an initial phone call, to help us get a feel for the person on the other end of the line. Even sounds like a country song, doesn't it? It's meant to be casual, free-flowing, meandering, and insightful. We're asked continually, all the time in our role as coaches, so what questions should I ask? Our response, well, what questions would you normally ask anyone the first time you meet them on the phone? Questions like, where are you from? Tell me more about that. What's your background? Tell me more about that. How did you hear about us? Tell me more about that. What other work have you done in the past? What did you like about your work? What did you not like about your work? Tell me more about that. What are the things that you most like to do in life? Tell me more about that. And what are the things that you don't like to do in life? Tell me more about that. And that's a key phrase. Tell me more about that, because really what you're asking is just to dive in a little deeper with the information they've given you. And usually it leads to some great conversation. Obviously, you may not ask questions that are inappropriate, questions about age, race, gender, relationship status, etc. So stay away from those. But again, would you even ask those questions in a first phone call with a new acquaintance? Probably not. So just go back and ask yourself, what are the things that I would normally ask in an opening conversation? The opening phone call should be used as a simple get to know you. And you want to know if they've done their homework. You want to know enough so you can answer this question for yourself. Based on the role we are looking for, is this someone I would want to continue to walk through our process? The initial phone call is simply a very broad filter to determine if you're ready to invest the serious time of the rest of the lengthy hiring process. I can hear some of you say it now, but we're just looking for someone with a pulse to come show up and just show up for work. Just do the things we're asking them to do. We don't need to take the time through this entire process. Well, remember this. Whatever commitment you put into this process becomes the ceiling of commitment that you will likely get back from whomever you hire. If your ceiling is an effort of 1, let's say on a scale of 10, totally made up scale, then do not expect the level of commitment of your new hire to be any higher than a 1. Your commitment will help determine their commitment. Most of us need a commitment level much higher than a 1 if we're going to collectively go after and achieve the mission that we have for our business. Consistently, I hear frustration from employers who went too fast and hired the wrong person. But rarely do I hear regret from an employer that makes the time for extended, intentional conversation.